yesterday to a double bill for China. China Calling with Monique Knapen about circular design and regeneration. That's Monique. And that's the crew of the FNR. And today we will be concluding our festival with the reunion in cooperation with my colleagues of New Dutch Wave. So I want to give a shout out to the operational project team members who have been working their asses off to turn this 4-day event in a smooth running machine. So a special thanks to the production and technical managers of Entry, Tommy Hendricks and Pieter Kirsten, Thomas and Jurgen, who designed this beautiful artwork with their studio, and the stunning crew from the FNR. Thank you. Yes. And special for the event of today, New Dutch Wave, and also Klaartje Bult, the private secretary of the top team Creative Industries. And of course, thanks to the Dutch Enterprise Agency and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to making this event even possible. So, for those who don't know us yet, we are CreativeNL. And CreativeNL is the internationalization portal of the top sector creative industry. And our aim is to guide creative professionals in their international ambitions. In China, Germany, and the US, we are doing this in an active and proactive way. With a share of 29.5%, the Netherlands is the world's largest exporter of creative services. And with the aim to expand this further in an open, inclusive, and innovative way, which is our vision, and what is we think that the world makes a better place. And that's where CreativeNL would like to set the tone. As I mentioned earlier, for some time, I had the desire to organize something like the reunion. Because through the year, I meet so many people within the creative industry with wonderful ideas and their own international ambitions and successes. A potpourri of people connected to industry associations, coalitions, from die-hard market leaders and bold entrepreneurs to niche, shy folk. I mostly meet you all in organized form, of course, but most of all, I see purpose-driven individuals, people, continuously building on and contributing to the international ambitions of their field of art or design, step by step, through trial and error. And for me, it's so inspiring to work with you all, to listen to you, to learn from you, and to take your ideas with me, trying to guide you to where 1 + 1 is 3, and government and creative sector can strengthen and complement each other. So I had this strong desire to reunite every now and then. Not necessarily program or project related, but just to catch up, to exchange updates, but also lower the threshold of the government a bit, because I know that the government can feel as a formal institute and it can be distant for creative professionals. Because we're all so busy enough as it is, this is something that often slips through. But together, we are the Dutch creative industry, and together we shape and sharpen our international ambitions. Iron sharpens iron. And to be honest, my pitfall is a bit to be too serious about everything. So celebration doesn't always come first. Or as Linda Holleman from New Dutch Wave puts it, Simone, just stop now and grab a glass of wine, please. So looking back for us as CreativeNL, it was and still is quite a moving and exciting year. We've been through a rebranding process. We've went to Creative Holland to CreativeNL in close cooperation with Netherlands branding, and a special thanks to Simon de Ruiter for that. And step by step, we started building CreativeNL as a brand with the aim to inspire and inform with our own great examples of Dutch creativity and creative professionals who are internationally successful. Where would I have been without Niels Adriaans, our head of content? Thank you for your sharp mind, spirited pen, and sharing the gift of finding the right words with us. important notice. It might look that we are all a super big organization, but that's not the case. So we really need you. We really need to do this together and build CreativeNL as a brand. As of 2022, we closely collaborate with ClickNL, the TKI, the top consortium of knowledge and innovation of the top sector creative industry. I want to thank the team of ClickNL to give me a warm welcome. Ernest Slot of the Ministry of Education, Culture and Science as well, Rick Roelofs, my counterpart from the Ministry of Economic Affairs, and especially Marijke Reuver, the Public Secretary of the top team creative industry, and Bart Aschman, the director of ClickNL, for teaming up and guiding me in this process of co-creation and shape and sharpen this particular development. I am so thrilled about this new development because I think it gives CreativeNL us the opportunity to evolve. In synergy with ClickNL, we now have these professionals. We now have this opportunity to increasingly focus on guiding creative professionals to innovate themselves even more, to challenge themselves to become even smarter and bolder in creating new products and services and export them. All with the aim that the Dutch creative industry, and with that the Netherlands, can stay that top-notch global industry leader as we are today. And where is that good for? Again, the contribution of our industry is important because, in my opinion, our industry is capable to always keep the human point of view on the table. So what can you expect of today's panel and program? We start with two panels. And the first panel is about this year. What did we do? Where could we have been seen? What went well? What can be done differently? This is what we will hear in panel 1. But this event also gives us the opportunity to look ahead, to invite fresh, cutting-edge, open, inclusive and innovative views of perspective of internationalization. Because I think it is important to always broaden our horizons. So that's what's been served to you on panel 2. After the panels, we have roundtable sessions for who is up for that. You can experience various installations of art and design. And there's also plenty of room for just drinks and catching up. As in the words of New Dutch Wave, reunited, and it feels so good. It's time for me to wrap up and give the stage to Danny Friedman, who will be your moderator for the panel sessions.
Thank you, Simone. All right. Is she great or not? Thank you. All right. Hey, Aruba. I promised to do it again on Tuesday, so here I am. Thank you, San Francisco and LA, for watching, and thank you for being here in the FNR. So my name is Danny Friedman. I'm one of the founders of New Dutch Wave. I was here Tuesday, now back here today in Eindhoven. We have an amazing lineup for in the next 25 minutes, and then we have a short break, not for you, but for the audience at home, or where you are. So give a warm applause to Claudia Schwartz, Dirk de Geus and Monique Knapen. Woo! All right. I already said it, I need this age, I have my glasses on, so this is for now, right? So thank you for being here. Always when you're on stage, you know, feel the warmth, feel the light, have a ball. Thank you for being here, Claudia, Dirk, and Monique. And it's all about you, right? We're about amplifying what you've built. And I think what Simone said, it's about building bridges. So Claudia, I know we have a small video of what you do before we introduce yourself. So we're going to watch what you do. Here it is.
South by Southwest is back.
And we really pulled it off this year. I'm celebrating that.
Innovation with Europe was co-founded with the New Dutch Wave, which is Linda's team, and German Innovation, which is my company. And then Austria came on board, and we all banded together to have a house on our own during South by.
I think South by is one of the most influential, impactful events globally in the world. In houses like these, South by is all about meeting the people, and I think this collaboration is all about curated networking.
The city of Hamburg is promoting companies from different fields, so quite cross-sectoral. This year, we're trying to find out where South by is developing, so that next year we are here on very specific fields of the business.
I really appreciate how intentional all the content that Innovation Bridge Europe has created, because it attracts the best and the brightest from around the world.
It's always a challenge when you have this great video. Woo, exactly, right? I'd actually say, well, let's do it again. But Claudia, what else to introduce, right? Claudia's voice.
Yeah, so thank you for the invitation. I'm really glad to be here. So I'll try to keep it short. My background is in the creative industries. I worked in film and music for a long time, kind of ventured off into creative technology about 12 years ago. And I'm what they call, I think, a serial founder.
I think so, yeah.
So I founded a couple of companies, including a Federal Association for Music Technology in Germany, which is now being turned into Music Tech Europe as a European network. And I have a company called German Innovation, which is based in Hamburg. I'm based in Berlin. And we try to support Germany-based innovators. And together with New Dutch Wave, we co-founded an international network called Innovation Bridge Europe, which that video was about. And we basically try to work in 3 different sectors. One is to enable the knowledge transfer between different disciplines, research and science, entrepreneurship and innovation, as well as creative communities and the creative mindset of artists. And to basically facilitate cross-innovation across different industries. The second is to help with international expansion, international collaborations. And the third is to really empower people with diverse backgrounds, especially female founders and underestimated founders and artists. So those are, I think, the 3 main points.
Yeah. Before I go to Derek, Claudia, this theme, right, building bridges, as in the now, because we're coming out 2.5 years of, I think, a challenging world. What does this mean for you? Building bridges in this global environment?
Yeah, I think we kind of purposely founded Innovation Bridge Europe in the middle of the pandemic, kind of realizing that, had we maybe started a couple of years earlier to combine all the different powers and strengths and challenge and kind of to address challenges, we might have ventured better through a global challenge like the pandemic or the climate crisis and so forth. So we kind of wanted to, I think, contribute to that conversation and really connect the best and the brightest and those who are maybe don't have a voice, are not seen or don't have the stages of the world, to really kind of push innovation and a different approach to how we can create a better life for ourselves and for everyone.
Making impact. Yeah. Thank you, Claudia, for traveling here today. Derek, good to see you.
Good to see you.
I think we have some slides, but also I think perhaps more personally for you, to introduce yourself, Derek.
All right, wonderful. So I'm Derek de Geus. I'm the co-founder and co-CEO of Paladin Studios. That's my game studio.
Yeah.
We are 50 people in The Hague, and I'm also the chairman of the Dutch Games Association.
Right.
And the Dutch Games Association is basically the trade organization for the game industry, which is small but thriving in the Netherlands. So,
I can imagine. You're here on stage in the theme Building Bridges.
Yeah.
So I can imagine that you had a very good 2.5 years, right? Because people were at home playing.
Yeah, for sure. Games are growing pretty fast in general, but last couple of years with lockdowns, people wanted to play games and because they couldn't leave home. So we definitely saw a big boost.
Yeah. If you look back at these last 2.5 years, right, Derek, and you look forward, do you see things you learned which you will adapt for the next years to come out of this strange timing we had?
It's kind of weird. I mean, it's always hard to predict things if they're in the future. So that's why I don't know exactly what's going to happen. But what I see is that games are stronger than ever. The Dutch game industry is stronger than ever. And I think there is a foundation here that will translate to other areas of the world. So when you look at games, one of the hot topics is the metaverse, immersive content. the game industry has been working on these topics for 15 plus years. And that means that there's a lot of really talented professionals that have cracked their brains around how do you design for open worlds or 3D interfaces or virtual reality content. And all of this will I think will benefit from this.
All right.
So it's going to be very interesting to open the doors of the game industry a little bit and hopefully see how it will affect other industries.
Before I go to Monique, Dirk, do you see a scenario where we will not be physically anymore in this amazing city Eindhoven, but we'll be in the metaverse and we'll be like boxing to the metaverse? What do you think?
So as a game industry professional, I probably have to say, it's going
of course.
Honestly, though, I mean, we got to have these things, right?
Absolutely.
I like to say you need to smell people, you know? I don't know if that's the right metaphor, but still.
Can we cut that part in the video, please? I know what he means. It's in connecting to people, right? Yes.
Connecting to people,
Sorry,
yes.
you can underline it in English. Okay, I understand that.
No, but it's great to be in the real world.
All right.
And I think also even in game industry, you see that to really trust somebody, work with somebody intensively, you need to look them in the eye.
Perfect.
And,
thank you for being here, Dirk.
Yes.
Monique, amazing to have you. You already had a session already this week, right? So you had a busy week. Could you explain a little bit about what you do?
Thank you, Danny. It's a great honor to be one of the coordinators of one of the priority countries to be sitting here. I think it's the right theme. I mean, CreativeNL is trying to help entrepreneurs, designers, makers that are really interested to go abroad, and I think many of us need to export because the Netherlands is rather small. So I try to help these makers, companies, to go abroad, and I do that for China. Of course, like you said, we have also other countries of priority.
True.
And it's my passion really to connect other cultures, and in this case, China. I have a strong background in China, and I think there's a lot of things that are similar to our countries, even though it's and these days very hard to explain sometimes, but I can do that, try to do that, because I feel like we need each other, like you said, and it's really this time after this pandemic, how can we work on innovation, how can we really, and I can talk about that a little bit more about the theme we choose.
Yes, exactly.
To really try to connect, that's what we do.
Yeah, because this theme, building bridges, China is, I think for a lot of us, something which is a step on the horizon, but not very clear. What does building bridges mean in China for you?
Well, we have chosen China as a priority country because it's of course vast, and you can also see there are quite a lot of creative people working there, using the sheer scale of the country, but also the technology and the revolutions that are starting there, and it's not enough. Even though we have all the technology to connect without having people, we can use computers, but it's so important to have people that has the knowledge and to kind of have that translation part in it, like what people are really saying, what is really needed, because we have a tendency as Dutch to send and to say, well, this is what we want and this is what we can do, but you have to make a connection, right? Because if you don't really understand the other one or what the other one really needs. And I'm not saying that I know everything, but you try to really make that happen. Yeah. And that takes a lot of time, and you have to really know what's going on in those countries and what is interesting for our people. Yeah.
And really to explore that.
Explore it, yeah.
Exactly.
And like Simone just mentioned, that we have also now really nice that we are also looking at more in the knowledge side. So it's not only on the commercial or like economic growth, but also really on how can we make the creative industry in itself better? How can we together make these innovations that are needed? Yeah,
perfect. I go back to Claudia. Claudia, we are in Eindhoven, for the people who are looking at home, in the Dutch Design Week. And one of the things, of course, we see here this week is cross-sectoral approach, right? There are a lot of different people around here, different artists. We have musicians, we have designers. And the question to, and of course, Dirk, and also Monique, I'm going to ask it to you, is this, in your opinion, Claudia, the way we should move forward, that we, cross every bridge and with a sectoral way look at innovation towards the future? Claudia?
Absolutely. I think the potential is huge, and it hasn't been really tapped. So I think that's the way to go, and really acknowledge sort of the experiences we've had in the past, and sort of the knowledge that our elders bring to the table, as well as sort of the young mindset or creative mindset or a disruptive mindset. Sort of, and the combination of both is really going to be the way into the future. I think it becomes. There's a risk of being distracted by too many, ingredients in the pot. But so that's what we're trying to do, like purposefully create formats where people meet each other in a curated way, in a protected way, sort of that they can actually engage with each other and really work on specific challenges, as opposed to just have like
depth,
a big carnival to you get sick after eating too many candy apples.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like so, so it's kind of it's interesting. I think, and I think there's a better outcome if you have a curated environment where people can meet and.
Perfect. Yeah, Dirk, how is that for you? Is it you look the same way because you're in this very specific industry? But I can imagine that there's a whole exploration out there we just don't know, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't know what you don't know. I see there's two components. First of all, is the multidisciplinary approach to developing products or virtual environments or games in my case. You need all kinds of people. One of my game directors is a product designer. Another one is a philosopher, actually. So you can translate a lot of your skills in different creative areas, and I think that's very interesting. And then also with any technology or any medium, there are so many ways that you can explore to use it, right? And with games, I mean, we've been fairly focused on our own little island. It's been very interesting there. So it's actually a huge island, and there's like 3 billion people worldwide playing games. So there's plenty to explore. But the applications of game technology can reach way beyond what we do right now. And this is already happening, but I think there's much more potential for it.
Yeah, well, so Simone in her opening remarks said that, of course, we're here at the reunion, right? In this FNR. Should we do this more often, you say? Is it just what you're saying, Dirk? We should do this not only in Eindhoven, but in other cities around the world? Is that what you're saying?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, for sure, absolutely. This is one of the reasons I'm going to South by Southwest for the first time upcoming event. It's exactly to be inspired and to connect to other creatives in different ways.
Happy to have you. Monique, how is that for you in your role?
I think it's true that you need a holistic approach. We just made a movie. Especially for Shanghai for a fair, and then one of the interviewers was from the New Institute said there are no solutions in itself. Everything is connected to each other, and in China sometimes that is something that is new for them because they sometimes come over here and they say, "Can you give me a tick box? How can you be successful? Like how can you do that?" So that's not that simple. It's all connected, and that's something that I think we're quite good at, and also quite. Open about it. We also in the film, for example, there's some designers, architects get some instructions on how things should develop, and then they will say, "Oh, maybe we can do this." The Dutch will say a little bit further than that. So they take it broader, and I think that is one of the good points. And I think it's good that now also we are online, that we are able to
waving to our
connect to a lot of people, and I think we have to make these connections. That is the most important thing.
Looking at the time, because we need to move forward to the next panel. Dirk, Claudia, did you have a chance to walk around at the Dutch Design Week? Claudia, I know you haven't.
A little bit. I got in very late.
Dirk, Monique, you?
No, not at all yet, unfortunately.
I did.
Inspiration you want to share?
Fantastic.
You looked at? Yeah?
I mean, I'm not an expert in design, and I know in my next life I want to be an artist at least, or a designer, because there's so much going on, and it's so inspiring to be it. So everybody should have a look. Come back this weekend.
That's a good applause. Can I have a warm applause for Monique, Dirk, and Claudia? We're going to watch the shoe video. We'll be right back. Thank you. We're here at the New Dutch Wave booth. which we just opened at the South by Southwest trade show. We currently have a performance from Chagall, who's performing live now behind us and just opened the booth. This year on the New Dutch Wave booth, it's a very diverse team of companies and organizations that are here. We have startups, we have companies that are focused on sustainable solutions, we have designers, and of course we have representatives from our government and cities all present this week on this booth. It's very diverse, which I'm really proud of.
In the Netherlands, we're currently very busy, of course, creating solutions for sustainable development goals. And here at South by, that's the topic as well. So it's a very good place to exchange ideas, make connections, and suggest all kinds of new solutions. And I think, being Dutch, we do have a tradition on multi-stakeholder approach. So it's not only about creative industry, it's not only about government, it's not only about startups, it's the mix what counts.
It's so awesome to be part of the kickoff of the South by Southwest New Dutch Wave movement. It's what they call it a movement.
I don't think South by really opens the pastures until the Dutch House.
Well, it's really great to be back in Austin. We've been partnering with New Dutch Wave from the beginning as CreativeNL, because we found South by Southwest here in Austin to be one of those international hotspots where creatives, entrepreneurs, science, government come together and have a lot of inspiration and connecting talks.
There's so many Dutch people here. There's a strong representation of all these Dutch agencies that we have and the work that the creative industry in Holland is doing. Makes me proud too.
It is a kind of a center where people come together to join forces and to exchange knowledge.
Part of the reason why we're here is to connect with people. You know, we're very tech dependent, we're a big tech company, so getting access to the right resources is important for us.
What we have here is a roof terrace, and inside there are music, there are bands playing, but we had a whole schedule of 4 full days with talks, meetings, and so much going on.
We just performed here at the New Dutch Wave on South by Southwest, and it was awesome. I had so much fun, and it's just so great being all the way from home and doing our songs and having this experience is very nice.
All these creative people, all those technology-driven people combine together and hustle and create this new energy. And it's the energy over here, but when you get home, you really realize what you have taken from Austin back to the Netherlands.
New Dutch Wave is a really nice initiative, and it makes it really easy to connect with other people in the industry.
I've met so many people and different agencies that I didn't know before, and it was really cool seeing the work that's been done over the past few years.
For me, South by Southwest is an excellent opportunity to present the group of Dutch creative agencies, but also for myself to meet others and other organizations, agencies, brands, and to also see interesting sessions.
We're very happy to be a part of the New Dutch Wave group and to meet all the Dutch people. We met a lot of new people, and of course also to meet a lot of international people.
The main reason why I'm here is that every time I'm blown away by all the things I hear every day in separate sessions.
Previously, the New Dutch Wave had its own Dutch house, and now it's like a traveling company of a group of Dutch people, really connecting every time with others. So that is perfect.
Right now, we are having this fantastic meetup between the Dutch delegation and the Danish delegation, and this is what it's all about: going to South by, the collaboration, the meetups, the matchmaking. So we're so excited today.
It's very easy to get to know and make new contacts, and that's just a cool reason to be here.
Meet people and speak to people, eat with people, drink with people.
You can feel the vibe. It's really good. Yeah.
Wow. So welcome back in Eindhoven. Welcome people home. Thank you for watching. And there's no magic because we actually switched the panel. So give a warm applause to the new panel.
Yay.
All right.
Thank you.
So first, normally I start with women trivia, but you're the first one. So could you explain us a little bit what you do?
Yes, thank you that I able to be here. My name is Jimmy Pierre de Graaf. I'm based in Rotterdam and I'm working as a creative producer, international liaison, and mostly in the performing artist, art scene, interdisciplinary. So I work with opera companies, dance companies, musicians, yeah, all kinds of artists who need a stage, you name it. And mostly I'm working with them to make them their international ambitions and ideas and project possible. So it's a little bit of networking, producing, and also initiating.
Yeah. So you had already had a busy week?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So you're feeling the vibe? You're still in a good energy mood?
Yeah, I like it. I like it. But there's a lot going in the Netherlands, so I wasn't the whole week here. But yeah, I really liked it.
That's good. We have this theme, right? It's called cross-pollination, global cross-pollination. What does this theme... I had to look it up, I'll be honest with you. If you translate it, volgens mij, I think it's kruisbestuiving. Right? Yes. What does this mean for you?
I think the creative industry scene, but also the performing arts scene, are all creators. And I think, in a way, we're doing the same. But we could say that the collaboration between those two, how you see that, areas are not like happening. So if you have talk about cross-pollination, I think we could do that more and try to find each other, connect with each other, because we're doing the same thing and we love to make creative things. Yeah. So we need to meet each other. Yeah, so that's what it meant for me.
Okay. Before we go to the other panelists, Jimmy Pierre, do you think we should be more critical on our behavior, how we move forward in building, these global bridges and this global network? Do you think the world has changed in the last 2.5 years?
Ooh, the world has definitely changed the last 2 years. And I think also the internationalization is different now. It has a different meaning. It has a different starting point. So yeah, we need to talk about that and discuss how we're going to proceed in the future.
Has it changed? Has it changed your behavior?
Definitely, yeah. I think sustainability is now becoming a more important part of my job. So I have to not only sustainability in like traveling and in regarding to the climate change, but I think also regarding how do you build relationships. I think within the performing arts scene, it's normal that you go to a city and then you perform in a theater, and mostly you go in one night, you perform, and then you go back. And that's something we need to change as well now. So we're going, we try to stay longer, but also like really meet the city and the inhabitants. So yeah, it changed definitely.
Be more selective in where we go.
Selective, yeah.
Thank you for being here, Jim.
Thank you.
Jonah, moving to you. Thank you for being here.
Yeah,
thank you for sharing also your vision on what you do. Could you explain a little bit of what you do?
Yeah, my name is Joan Den Extra, and I have been working for many, many years in the global fashion industry. So therefore, it's very nice to be here for this theme. But the last years, I focus more on sustainability, and in that case, I'm working now for 1.5 years for the Linen Project, and I'm here to tell you more a little bit about this project. So this is a learning by doing research project, and we are working towards reactivating a linen economy, a local linen economy in the Netherlands, because we used to grow and process a lot of linen here in the Netherlands. So we are trying to reactivate this linen economy based on principles like participation, partnerships, transparency, but also, and I've been hearing these words a lot, to reconnect again with each other, but also with nature. And in 2020, we also had an initiative called the Shared Stewardship, and you see all the pictures here of the Shared Stewardship. And this was around the question, what's it like to grow your own garments? So this is a group of 30 people, and they take care of the cultivation of the flax together, and they also process the yarn by hand and also process it into materials and make products. So it's also the organizing of this community, which is very important. So we have the decisions we make with the consensus decision making. So everybody is happy then with the decision. And for this, we were asked to participate in the Global Fashion Assembly. And that is, I think, very new, I mean, to me. So they are working towards decolonize the fashion institutions and the fashion and the way of working in the fashion industry.
That's okay.
Industry, because now we look from a very Eurocentric perspective, but it's also very important that other people around the world also show us their perspective, and so that we can cooperate in a different way. So the Global Fashioning Assembly was a 3 days online event, and it was held last weekend. So there were coalitions of 12 countries around the world, and we started in New Zealand, and then we followed the course of the sun, and we ended in Peru. And we were asked to do the program in the Netherlands and to tell them about the Linen Project, but especially also about the shared stewardship. So we had in 4 stewards, and they were talking about how it affected their life. So participating in a stewardship, working on the land, using your hands again, having the fiber in your hands and working with it again. So they were telling how it affected their lives personally, but also their working practices.
Now,
very interesting.
Before I go to Amanda, right? So we're in this theme, right?
Yeah.
Global cross-pollination, being critical towards how we travel, being critical about sustainability. Are you? I think you're sharing this best practice, right? Do you think this is the way forward?
Yeah, well, we believe in it. So of course there will be other maybe good practices. So we are not alone. But yes, we have our vision. That you were also talking about it. That we should be critical on our attitudes and our behavior. So I think we have to do or reach out to the world with a different mindset. Yeah. And if we do so, we can work in a different way together. So we can empower each other.
Yeah. And that's what we're here for, I think, right?
That's what
Not
we're here
only
for.
empowering people, but also making sure that we change our behavior towards the future.
Yeah, but that starts for us within building the community locally in the Netherlands.
Yeah. Great example. Thank you, Joan, for being here. Amanda, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Could you also shortly introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Amanda Boomstra. I'm the studio director of Fabriek Amsterdam Studio. We have 2 great studios in the Netherlands, also one in Rotterdam. Fabriek has been around for 30 years already. Very proud of that.
Absolutely.
Born as industrial designers at Delft University, but grown to be brand-driven designers, and then turning ourselves into this successful digital design agency. Yeah. What I like most about how we work is that talking about cross-pollination, we actually work cross-domain.
Cross-domain, okay.
We are lucky that we are asked often by great organizations and companies in multiple sectors to join them on their way to either digital transformation or improve products and services, and if that's in the cultural sector in health or insurances or whatever. We learn a lot. We have a lot to give, coming from the design thinking principles, the human-centered design idea that we stand for the end user and really want to represent the end user to make sure that we make relevant products and services that actually matter. Yep. Internationally, we're most known for our cultural projects, of course.
I see some amazing pictures, by the way. This is amazing
we're very
work.
proud of that. And although we also work for this great insurance disruptor on the Greek market, and what we hope to do in the future is, together with Q42, we joined Arc Arise Group, great Scandinavian group of brands, and connect more capabilities and be able to often even more, and then for Fabriek be in the driver's seat, thinking human-centered and actually in this complex world, society-driven. And a lot of ambitions come from that.
I can imagine. You are working also on a European project, which you wanted to share today. So that's not a surprise, right? It is out there, but it's very important for you, right? Can you share us a little bit of what you do there?
Yeah, exactly. We were lucky to be asked to be a partner in a great initiative coming from the European Union. the European Institute for Innovation and Technology. It's been here for a decade, and from the EIT, to make it short for everybody, easy, multiple communities have been built based on themes like health, of course climate, energy, digital, but the newest one that will start in 2023 is called Culture and Creativity.
All right.
And along with many other partners, 50 in total, we will hope to be a part of the ambition of the European Union to make a great network of companies, research institutes and educational programs to build a creative network.
Wow. So I think we will learn more about this, right? In the coming
Definitely.
years. Yeah,
we will.
I'm on back to this theme, right? I'm also going to ask the question to Joan and Jimmy Pierre about this cross-pollination, right? A great term. I think it also talks a little bit about the way in the future we work together globally. And the question I have, how will this affect Fabriek in a way we should be more critical in how we travel, in a way that we also have our own sustainable development goals within Fabriek? How does that work for you?
Well, actually, we do believe that personal contact in transformational processes are vital.
Yeah.
Of course, we also have seen that technically it's also very possible to build networks and to build products and services and iterate on that remotely.
Yeah.
And we should keep that smartness that we built, because we also learned that KLM is back into their top flights schedule again. People going everywhere, and I do understand it's fun and it can also be very necessary, but we should not throw away what we learned working remotely and do a good combination and be also critical on how often. And it's actually, I think it's a little bit an open door.
Yeah.
Just choose. You cannot do it every time, everywhere.
You should be more selective. Joan, is that also your advice from the other industry partners here in the room, and also looking globally? You should choose where you go. You should choose your footprint. You should choose wisely how you work digitally and remote, and also to connect with other people.
Yeah, that's maybe a little bit difficult to answer for me, but yes, we also work digital a lot. But for the Linen project, we do not travel to the other side of the world. But it does not mean that maybe in the future we will do so. So that is maybe not a point, I don't know. But for us it's more important that the mindset will change.
Yeah.
That is for us very, very important in a cooperation or in to working together with international communities.
Yeah.
So first make sure that the community is okay and we are okay, and then you can reach out to each other.
Yeah.
So we do not have a plan for that. We do not have a plan to go international, but it happens sometimes.
Yeah.
So that is very nice.
And is it then about sharing your voice, reiterating your lessons learned, and helping people to connect with your cause? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I think it's both ways. So sometimes people they reach out to us, and sometimes we reach out to other people.
Yeah.
So that's a very organic way of doing and developing our community and our project.
Yeah.
For example, if I may tell something, that one of our stewards, she was invited by Liedewij Edelkoort to give a two-week workshop at the Polymoda so it's a design academy in Florence. And she took all her flags and everything and all the yarn, and she was just working with the students over there.
Yeah.
So that for us is an example of a good way of sharing our knowledge or our inspiration or whatever.
Yeah, great.
So
Thank you. Okay. Jimmy Pierre, for you, you're an artist, but I also learned you teach. You are sharing your vision. You're a multi-branded person, I think. Can you take us a little bit in your journey, how you talk about internationalization from your perspective?
Yeah, for us it's sometimes also difficult because I work with artists who make sometimes performances about really relevant topics. For example, sustainability. So you create a piece in the Netherlands about sustainability and how that like really affects us. But it's really interesting to present that work as well in another country, also about women's rights, for example. So that makes sometimes the discussion about sustainability difficult. So what I'm trying to figure out is it worth it, and can we really like make impact if we go internationally with the piece we do, with the artwork we create? And that's mostly what I'm teaching to or discussing with my team, like, okay, how can we make impact in a community? So we are not like just going to the theater. We're always trying to find other partners to connect, and maybe we can give workshops, or we can teach there, or maybe we can like connect in a different way. So
we are here at CreativeNL, right? So we're representing the creative sector today. Do you think that we should connect to other sectors, connect them to what we do, and share our vision on how we should work internationally? Pierre?
Yeah, I think so. Well, I think as creative scene, I think there's a lot of people already traveling, and there are also a lot of people here in the Netherlands who don't know how it is to be working international. I see in my field a lot of artists going international, and then they're coming back and they are disappointed because they thought it's some kind of heaven or it's fun, and then you're standing there in Paris and you don't know where to go because that city is big. So I think we could help them, like telling them how does it work, how do you build a network, how do you connect with people, how do you present yourself, all those kind of things. So international sounds fun, but I mean,
I think it's hard work.
It's hard work.
It is hard work. Joan, for you?
Yeah, is it hard work? Well,
it's fun.
I don't know. It's fun.
This is hard work. This is a little bit fun, but it's hard work.
Yeah, it's also hard work. It just depends what you are going to do. So
exactly.
Yeah, and again, because I've been traveling a lot in my career, and I've been visiting all these companies, etc., all over the world. But now I think, sorry to say, maybe I don't know, but first see what you can grow in here and what you can do locally, and then you can see how you can reach out. And you were saying, do you also want to reach out to other domains or sectors?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, sure. Because there's agriculture, there's culture itself, there's education, and it all comes together. And it all comes together also in the process of growing and of growing a fiber and making a garment.
Yeah, thank you. Amanda, for you?
I'm listening. So the original question is it hard work to...
Not only, but should we not only cross-sectoral, combine our passion about moving forward, and should we take the first step from a CreativeNL perspective and take those sectors by the arm and say, this is the way how we're going to in the future work together?
Yes, I think we can. I think we also already do, also as now being part of the Dutch Digital Agencies group. I think we as a group in the Netherlands are super successful. We also have international attention with what we invent. But we definitely try to reach out as a group to really think about solutions that go way further and beyond the boundaries of the digital domain. But digital has a lot of impact and has a lot of future prospects and possibilities. So within our domain, but sharing it, being part and connecting to other communities, for instance in Europe, or go to conferences and also share. We also harvest ideas. We also take back ideas and feedback, and and then we try to be a driver of innovation coming from that. And of course, we send out that message to our clients or when we work together. But especially also within the Dutch Digital Agencies, we try to put it together.
Final question, because we ran out of time. We're in the Dutch Design Week. Have you seen something where other people should go to? Did you have a chance to walk around, Amanda?
Well, not yet.
Not yet, but you're going to do it tonight,
I have people
right?
Walking around.
All
Now
right.
we have a great...
oh, you have people walking around? Okay. Okay, I hope maybe they're here, right? But
no, yeah, well, we're actually...
You're getting briefed. Well, I love that, bro. Yeah.
No, Tuesday we were here, and we are also exploring or actually conquering the world of UX in the public space.
Wow.
That is a big domain.
Big theme.
Where our ambitions also lie. So, we are...
I hear a new topic on the stage next year, right?
We are putting some flags there for us, and
Great. Thank you for being here, Joan. Joan, for you, you had time?
No,
what you say, Danny?
I'm so sorry. So hopefully on Saturday I'll go and to walk around.
Walk around, feel the vibe. Smell Eindhoven.
Yeah.
That's also good.
Eindhoven.
We're doing something with smelling Eindhoven. So.
Yeah.
Can we pair with you? Because you were already on stage, right? Somewhere.
Yeah,
Can we watch you perform somewhere?
I'm not on stage. I mean, I'm a musician, but you won't see me on stage anymore. But no, not this week in Eindhoven. But please come around in Rotterdam or in Amsterdam.
All right. Well, that's great. Can I have a warm applause for this panel?
Yes.
Thank you.
We're 20 seconds out. I want to thank you for being here. I want to thank you, Aruba, for watching. See you next year here in FNR. Thank you, Reunion. CreativeNL, we rock. Bye-bye.